What's up, everybody? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the Awesemo DFS channel, talking some USFL DFS ahead of Week 8. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so when this and all other content goes live. We're also brought to you today by Prize Picks. And if you don't know Prize Picks, they offer daily prop-based contests. There's no sharks, no optimizers, no mass entries. You can make up to 5-player lineups where you can win 10 extra entry fee. If you use the promo code Awesemo, you're going to get a match deposit bonus up to $100. So make sure to check out Prize Picks today. And diving into this, we usually start quarterbacks and talk stacks with the receivers, and we'll continue to do so before we hit on running backs for the Week 8 USFL DFS slate. And I think we have to start here with Jordan TIAMOU, quarterback of the Tampa Bay Bandits. He's a player that just has significantly better opportunity than really any other signal caller in this league at this point. It's a league dominated by quarterbacks that are splitting time. So when you see TIAMOU out there for a full snap share, that's already very valuable. And from there, he has the single best opportunity on the ground outside of maybe a DeAndre Johnson, who we'll get to is banged up this week. So when we look at TIAMOU, in the last 5 weeks, he's had rushing attempt marks of 6, 6, 9, 9, and 7. Now, last week, 7 rush attempts didn't quite get there, but he's still a player who has been passing the ball at a very high rate. He threw the ball 37 times last week. And again, he's been getting between 6 and 9 rush attempts in each of the last 5 games. So that'll pay off a salary of $11.2K, which is very expensive, but we have value on the slate, which we'll get to. Not necessary to stack him, but if you do, you're probably looking at John Franklin, Derek Dillon. Just know that the Bandits use 6 wide receivers, which can be a bit of a headache. If you're going the cheaper route, Case Kukis, Philadelphia Stars QB, is stackable here. The only concern is that this team has significantly reduced their pass rate. They are the pass-heaviest team in the USFL throughout the year. But last 2 weeks, they've dropped their pass rate to just 46%. Kukis isn't mobile, so he is a player that relies on the extra volume to get there. I'm still willing to bank on them going back to their pass-heavy ways when games are close. They've been able to play with a lead in a couple of these last games. This week, they also have the highest implied team total. They're 5.5-point favorites over the Michigan Panthers. If you're stacking Kukis, it's pretty easy to do so with their high pass rate. You can go the cheap route with tight end Bug Howard. They also have Maurice Alexander, who's been playing for DeAndre Overton out of the lineup. Just make sure Overton's still out if you want to go the Maurice Alexander route. Over 90% of the routes for him. So the one target, it looks like a blip on the radar. You can also take a safer play in the expensive options in Jordan Sewell, Devin Gray. Jordan Sewell has the highest projection for any receiver on that team. And then to finish out the quarterback position, Kyle Sloter is still stackable. You'll occasionally see him come off the field largely due to injury, but Jonathan Adams, Johnny Dixon, Sal Cannella, all solid options there. DeAndre Johnson for the Generals is also making his return. Missed last week with an ankle injury, but it's probable for this contest. He is the single most mobile quarterback on the slate, and he's only 8,600. He had been splitting time with Luis Perez throughout most of the year. In the game prior to injury, he did play every offensive snap. So assuming health, there is the chance that he plays every snap again here. And he also leads the USFL in yards per attempt. He is over 10. Very easy to stack with Cavante Turpin. At running back, couple options here. Matt Colburn is a player for the Philadelphia Stars that has benefited from that elevated run rate. He had over 20 attempts last week. And when they throw the ball, the running back is highly involved. There is a risk that Darnell Holland does come back and play a little bit more for the Stars, but Matt Colburn has been efficient enough to continue holding down at least a majority of the work here. You're looking at a 2-back committee, most likely. He's 6,100 as well. From there, Bo Scarborough is a player who has come on the scene of late. He was signed mid-season for the Birmingham Stallions. CJ Marable went down with an injury. He returned last week, only a handful of snaps, and we're not sure what the role is for Marable when he does return to full health, but he's probable this week, so he's going to be out there. But either way, Scarborough's a player that's been relatively efficient. He's just been handling a massive workload. You look last week, 27 carries. If anybody sees that workload in the USFL, they're going to be a very strong DFS play. Price is rising up to 7K, but more than fine to target him there. And lastly, Darius Victor's player I want to mention for the New Jersey Generals. In the event that DeAndre Johnson is hurt or limited, the running backs really benefit in this New Jersey offense. So they're the run-heaviest team in the league, and we saw it last week with Darius Victor. We're starting to work slightly ahead of Trey Williams. It's going to be a committee there, but if you have most of the opportunity condensed to 2 players, you can still take stabs in the backfield. Victor's cheaper, more efficient, and seeing more opportunity, so he's the player I would rather play over Trey Williams. A couple standalone receivers to mention. Lance Lenoir for the Michigan Panthers has the single best opportunity share of any receiver who's active this week. Victor Bolden for the Birmingham Stallions is on the inactive list. So right now, Lance Lenoir has the best opportunity, the most targets of anybody on the slate. And if you want to go the greasy route, the Pittsburgh Maulers reactivated Trey Walker. He did not play last week, but he's still top 5 in the USFL in targets despite now missing 2 games. I don't know. That team is a disaster, but really cheap targets with Trey Walker at 4,700. Let me know in the comment section who you like ahead of the Week 8 USFL DFS slate. My name is Matt Gajewski on Twitter at Matt_Gajewski. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next time.